Shalom, this is the brother Titus from GMS South Carolina camp, part of GMS North Carolina camp, teaching Charlotte. Alright, I want to first and foremost giving all praises to Yahweh Shemal Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, talking the truth. And shalom to the Akim out there pushing the truth and sincerity. Alright, this video is to response to this guy named Ahaya Ysrahal. Okay, now I've been going back with this guy for a couple days on the comment board because he comes with this doctrine. Basically, it's a false doctrine where he says that all the tribes are Negro and that the North American Indians are not the tribe of Gad, but it's the Zulus. Okay, but I'm not gonna focus on that point because I mean the videos is thorough, but Lord willing I'll have more time to go through even more history and facts and break it down. But the point is, he's saying that, let me get this right, this is on his statement he made two days ago. He said, you notice how in Micah it says to take away his heritage. Indians got their heritage from the beginning, fam. The Negroes don't know their heritage that got jacked and true. The Taínos went into slavery. Alright, because the Taíno Indians and the Arawak Indians, which are the Native American tribes that encountered Christopher Columbus, which are Israelites. Lord willing I'll do a video proving that, which the Taínos and the Arawaks of the Caribbean Isles at that time consist of the three tribes: Ephraim, Simeon, and Manasseh. Ephraim being you so-called Puerto Ricans, Manasseh being you so-called Cubans, and Simeon being you so-called Dominicans. Okay, all right, and go through the curses. Lord willing, I'll do a video on that. Or if it's brothers out there that's part of those tribes, they should do videos breaking that down if they have the time. All right. He said, true, the father is your gene, but your mother also counts. Now, I'm going to prove, according to the Holy Bible, the scriptures, that which I already did a lesson on this, it's all about your fathers, not your mothers. It's the seed of the father, not the egg of the mother. Okay, I already did videos on that. But I said to further prove my point, because I went through it, going into breaking it down from the laws and going into the parable of the Lord about the wheat and the tares, how you're going to have Israelites that look like these heathens, alright, because their mothers are of the other nations, alright, and you're going to have heathens that look like us, look like Israelites because their mothers are Israelites, but their fathers are heathens, alright, either Esau, so-called white man, or East Indian, which is Elam, or Chinese, Japanese, Chinese being Moab, Japanese being Ammon. Alright, I already went through a lesson on that, but I'm going to cut his false statement because he says the mother also counts. To be an Israelite, the father and mother have to be Yisrael. Remember how Jacob was warned about taking wives from Canaan, and Abraham had to send away his wife and child, so the mother counts. She has to be Yisrael, or they go be bastards. Okay, that's how he wrote it. Okay, then I responded, I said I have already did videos on that topic and it is on the page as well. Lord willing, I'll go through the history and bring out key men that were in spots that only Israelites can hold, that had fathers that are Israelites, but their mothers were of the other nations. Okay, all right, okay, so let's get into the scriptures. All right, because this guy, I mean, it's other heresies and madness he done brought out on my page, but he's getting cornered, and now he's just relying on what madness he been taught. because he believed he knows more, because he's supposedly been in the truth for 6 years, but he can't even grip this. Alright, this is Titus 1:10. It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, especially they who are calling themselves Israelites." Okay, they're unruly, meaning they're not dealing with the obedience of the scriptures. Alright, and they're being deceivers, they're being devils and vain talkers, making up wavering doctrines like this, talking about both parents have to be Israelites. Alright, but he ain't proving nothing. And when he go on to the account with Abraham, number one, it was Abraham, and the promise was going to go through Sarah with Isaac. Let's go into that real quick. Okay. And we was small. We weren't even, Jacob wasn't even on the scene. So to say both mother and father has to be a Ysrahal, which the word is Israelite, but that's going off because Jacob, he wasn't even on the scene yet, nor was Esau nor Isaac. But let's go into that. This is Genesis. All right, go to Genesis 15:4. "And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir. And he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now towards heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. And he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness." Talking about Abraham, when he believed on Yahweh, that's the proper name, Yahweh, which this guy say Yahuwah. That's a red flag. Alright, so he made a promise to him that through that seed that proceed out of his loins, he was going to have descendants that is as numerous as the stars of heaven. Okay, now let's go into this. This is Genesis 17, alright, verse 5. It says, "Neither shall thy name anymore be called Abram." Well, I'll start at verse 3. Well, I'll start at the top. Genesis 17:1. "And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty God, walk before me, and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abraham fell on his face, and Abram fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shalt thy name any more be called Abram, which means exalted father, which is Abaram. Abba meaning father, Ram meaning exalted. Alright, but thy name shall be Abraham, which in the Hebrew is Abraham, which means exalted, father of many nations, excuse me. Abraham, for a father of many nations have I made thee. And that many nations is talking about the children of Israel. Okay, I'm going to prove that. It says, And I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. Now, it said kings shall come out of thee. We're going to show that's only talking about Israel. Okay. It says, I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee, and their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God. And God said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house or bought with money, or any stranger which is not of thy seed, he that is born in thy house and he that is bought with money must needs be circumcised, and my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised man child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant. And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be, which Sarai means Shorayah, which means my princess, alright, in the Hebrew, and Sarah, which is Shara, means princess, okay. Verse 16, and I will bless her and give thee a son also of her, yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations, kings of people shall be of her. Now, out of all the sons that Abraham had, which he had 8 total, he had one with Hagar, which was Ishmael, and then he had 6 sons with Keturah, alright, okay, and he had 1 son with Sarah, and that son was Isaac, which these promises is going through Isaac, okay, kings of people and mother of many nations, okay. And let me hop down. Verse 17. Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90-year-old bear? Alright, and in note it says that Abraham had laughed when he had said this in his mind. And Abraham said unto God, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. Okay, so the promise was going to go through Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob. Okay, and as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful and multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he begot, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time the next year. Okay, and the name Isaac is Yatazakak, which means he laughed. Okay, because both Abraham and Sarah laughed at the idea of having a son in their old age, especially Sarah, because Sarah was past the period of woman, meaning able to have children. So he was the child of promise going into Isaac. Okay, so let's go into, this is Genesis 21. And 1, and the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, and at the set time which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me. And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. And the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had borne unto Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of